Right, morning everyone. Let's get going. All right, on our holiday Monday yesterday, things happened in U.S. markets and really turned in the European into the European session yesterday. I came in early yesterday morning to trade London a little bit, and we opened up 28 points in London on the FTSE future. I left around 11 o'clock. We were down 70 points. We had Billiton's, Anglo's down 2.5%, breweries down 1%. Same story. Commodities were under pressure, obviously, on the back of Monday's Chinese data showing that imports were down pretty hard, and yeah, it was more of the same. By the time I looked again, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we'd had a massive reversal. You can see how we finished. The Billiton's finished up 1.5%. Anglo's up about 1%. Breweries up about, or breweries flattish. So we had a really, really big reversal for some of our dual listeds throughout the session yesterday. I mean, Cecil, opened up, almost 3% lower than where it closed in the States. So we really had a huge push on in yesterday's session and a reversal. I mean, there were some big reversals there. We had the commodity space was what gave us the big reversal. So that obviously is what's gotten our futures up as high as it is this morning. It's not just about the S&P having a good session, but it's because of all of those big dual listeds that made such a big move on the session. So we had West Texas Intermediate that really traded up nicely yesterday, almost was up over 3% at one point, along with really the entire complex was higher on the day, and that's one of the reasons why we got that turnaround. So we had a few other things happening. Obviously, all this coming off the back of a jobs data on Friday. So I'm not 100% sure what the catalyst was yesterday, other than one of the Fed members coming out and saying that maybe September's not necessarily on the cards. I just don't know if that's enough to really get that kind of move going on the day, but it is what it is, and we had a really strong move yesterday. Following on into Asia, we had absolutely no follow-through or down across the board in Asia, except for in the Hang Seng. Hang Seng's trading up just north of 0.5%. As we speak, we're up 0.6%. It's with retailers leading the way to the downside in Australia, maybe along with some of the banks, but the mining stocks traded really well there. Shanghai also, they depreciated the yuan about, I think, 1.85%, and kind of a once-off move overnight last night. Actually surprised that China's not trading a little bit better this morning on the back of that. Getting into the chart of interest for today, we're showing a few things here, showing the two conflicting interpretations of the Fed, and between Fed funds rate and employment and wage growth, and and GDP numbers, nominal GDP numbers. So we've got a couple different stories that we're really looking at. Fed funds is still implying that we're not really going to be doing anything now. So I think at some point we definitely do see a rate hike this year, but it's starting to, the way the market's betting on it, we're probably not going to see it in September unless there's something that changes between now and then. All right, so market data to look at today. We had Japanese M2 numbers, which were better than expected, along with Chinese M2, which was also a little bit better. We had Japanese machine tool orders, which was weaker than prior numbers. We've got ZEW survey expectations out of Germany at 11. Keep an eye on that. Those usually move the market. We have manufacturing production here locally at 1 o'clock, and then we've got wholesale inventories in the States today at 4. Right, let's get into a couple of the maps. I'm expecting there to be some sort of moves over the next couple of sessions, going to open up a little bit of action, but I've been really struggling to find a change, any material change in any really good setups as of late, to really focus on. One of the things I'll show you just quickly is US dollar rand, which yesterday, or the last couple of days, sorry, has come down and retested this 1260 level, and we've been in this ridiculously consistent uptrend or downtrend in the rand. 1260 definitely the level that we can look at the moment. Yesterday we did get back down to about 1262. You can see us reversing up off of that this morning. I think very quickly we're going to make a move up to the 13 rand level, and be pushing the threshold once again very soon. Pick and pay. I know we showed this one. I think we showed this one a couple. Sorry about that. May have shown this one on Friday, but a nice little continuation going on there. We stretched our legs a little bit more on Friday, so we're kind of getting confirmation now above 60, and this is really clear cut. I mean, this target here is about $71, 71.50. It's not a question. It's very easy to see the target here, and following the entire group. It's across the board. Everything's been going. Here's Astral Foods, which you can see as well has been broken out of a nice consolidation here. Nice consolidation, nice bull flag, and also looking like it's going to make a move back up to new all-time highs, which would be well over $200. So maybe a little bit of meat left on that bone. The entire complex is going right now. You got Woolies going on a breakout here nicely above $100 as well. So yeah, like we said, pretty much the entire complex is going. Spar is also kind of in the mix there. So food companies right now, definitely technically the place to be. All of them breaking out. All of them have nicely higher targets, so just keep that in mind. That's one area that's showing real consistency in the setups. All right, and then the last thing that I'm actually going to show this morning is one of the mining companies. So these things have all been beaten down. I was looking at the States yesterday. We had some big dead cat bounces yesterday on relatively kind of non-event news, and I think that's significant. And one thing you got to keep in mind is that the dead cat bounces that we're going to see in some of these things are going to be spectacular. So Amplat's actually relatively close to resistance levels here. Call it 276, 277, somewhere in there. We closed at 271, so it's not far away. We get above that little level, I think we can make a nice move to the upside. We did have a reversal last night in AngloGold out of the States. I'll just show that real quick. You can see there, big reversal day. We didn't take out the lows, but it was a big reversal day nonetheless. You can kind of see opened up around those same sort of levels, really pushed hard. I think we can very quickly make a test up toward resistance, which is a hell of a lot higher than this. We're talking about well over $1 higher, which is still about 15%. So, seeing AngloGold make a run up to $95, $100 in the next few sessions wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think there's some potential big moves coming, catching a few guys on the wrong side of it, maybe squeezing out some of the shorts.